back and we are black. What is going on, folks? No back-to-back, but what's going on? We are back in black. I'm your boy, Warren G. You already know what it is. No, I don't know TV, podcast, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. I ain't going to go through the whole thing, but you already know what it is. Shout out to everybody that's out there handling business. Shout out to all you motherfuckers, again, who be like, man, I don't understand why they're protesting. Racism really doesn't exist that way. You know, I just don't understand it. So shout out to them dumb motherfuckers, and shout out to all these coons and sambos who act like it don't exist either. They the reason why my damn Twitter got taken away. Shit. Motherfuckers took away my Twitter. But it's all good. I just created another one. I didn't have that many followers only. See, I noticed the algorithm on it, so it's all good. I'll get into that in a minute. So shout out to everybody that's really understanding what's going on. Shout out to motherfuckers that's still trying to sell their pussy hole right now, even though motherfucking coronavirus boys is creeping back up. Shout out to all y'all motherfuckers that's reading and studying and knowing what the fuck is going on, not being distracted. Shout out to all you motherfuckers trying to be divisive and take over a black movement and co-opt it and turn to the moist movement. So shout out to them motherfuckers too. Shout out to Shawnee. Shout out to Tasha. Shout out to anybody who will send me shit to read or videos, man. I be needing that. Gives me a better perspective. Shout out to all y'all that's out there doing it, handling business. And shout out to all you finessing ass niggas.
Democracy Now!
And shout out to motherfuckers that know that they have no idea what the fuck is going on, but still will try to be in the conversation to pretend like they know what's going on. Stop it. Stop. And shout out to all you anti-coon, anti-sambo motherfuckers that's really handling business. Much power and respect. Shout out to everybody that's at the Court Plantation. You should listen to me when you're at the Court Plantation. It just makes more sense to me. If you don't, you have a personal business or whatever, hit me up. I'll support it if it's a black business. Fuck it. We all we got. I hope they crash this motherfucking economy to the ground so we can start from scratch. And all my black brothers and sisters can buy that stock and go get you a crib for the low. That's what it's about. Buy low, sell high. Shout out to y'all motherfuckers that's into the stock, because I tell you right now, TV1, Kathy Hughes, that stock went from 97 cents a share to $40 a share. I'm mad I didn't buy more stock. Only bought like 22 shares. God damn. And shout out to motherfuckers that's out here trying to make it do what it do and make it happen and maintain. Because it's not easy when you're dealing with the system of racism, white supremacy, that brings us anti-black racism in its entirety. Hey. So shout out to all you motherfuckers that's out there handling business. I'm gonna say it again. Read and research it, and not just believe in whatever the motherfucking news tell you. Hey, what's going on? Hey, I'm about to play that thing that you sent me too. I always be, hey, when you send me shit, email, anything, send it to me. Shout out to Jessica Mallory. I went and looked up what she sent me to, and I sent the email. Shout out to Tamisha too. Whoever be sending me emails, like I said, y'all think I be bullshitting, but I'm not playing. I kind of like my podcast just like this. I don't even really want to tell too many people, because let me tell you, I got to like 300 and almost 400 followers. Shit, they took my Twitter from me. Because I was getting on Lecrae and that white pastor. And I'll get on that in a minute. So shout out to everybody that's handling business. Shout out to blackandnoble.com. Get you some sea moss in your life. I ain't getting none today, but I'm probably drinking me some tomorrow. Hey. Shout out to all the working, melanated black folk. My goal is to educate us while educating myself and for us to get this reparation so we do not have to be dealing with the corporate plantation bullshit. I hate it just as much as y'all, trust me. My goal is to have a bookstore, read my books, make some music, and sell them. Even if I gotta start it out my crib, fuck it. That's why I'm trying to stack my collection right now. Okay, cool. It's, you know, the box under the title. I gotta change my my Twitter too, because they just took that down. I'll give you my email. It's nowayoutlv @gmail.com. Oh, okay, cool. I got you. For real, I got you. ShinyMail721 @gmail.com. I got you. Look, I got so many phones, so many different emails, but I got you. Keep it in the chat, and just when you email me, even if that other email, I'm gonna just send you my other email too. Cause what happened was when my phone died and then turned back on, my emails that I had a link separated, but they still on different phones, so I'm gonna bring them back together. But just email me, I got you. Any books? Hey, any books? Anything you got going? Like I said, it's people that be like, man, where you get the CMOS from? I'll be like, man, I got it from the homie off my podcast. Facts. And let me tell you this, and I'm gonna get into it. But one more time, I want to give a shout out to all my melanated brothers and sisters, my black folk that's working at the corn plantations. It is not easy. I know it's not. That's why I always tell you, listen to me when you at work. Because trust and believe you me, I know what they do. I know what they do. I know how they act. I know how they conduct themselves. They are, most white folk at the corn plantation act just like the Democratic Party. Benign neglect, and it's covert racism. Covert anti-black racism. Facts. Hey. Yeah. Don't give me the singing in here, motherfuckers. Let me turn this shit down. Man, a lot going on. First thing, I didn't say Dirty Bookman's prayer. My bad, but that's all right. I'll do it next time. First thing I want to get on is all the divisiveness that's going on. And we need to know our history. Oh, you got Behold the Pale Horse. Hey, y'all hear me talking to the chat room? Yes. Hey, look, all I'm going to tell you is wait till you read the part when the DEA agent, shout out to Tamisha, she the one it was crazy. I got to tell the story. I'm going to keep telling it. When Tamisha was telling me in the chat room about Behold the Pale Horse, right? Which was last year sometime. It had to be last year sometime. So when she was telling me about Behold the Pale Horse, right after that, I watched Drink Champs with CeeLo from Goody Mob. Guess what he talking about? Behold the Pale Horse. He says Busta Rhymes was reading it and gave it to him to read. So that's why Goody Mob was so ahead of their time. Then Gunplay from Maybach Music, he was on that podcast, the Drink Champs podcast, and he said he was dating a sister who was reading it during that time that Goody Mob was out. It's crazy how it all lined. This was after Tamisha told me about it. Then I go watch a Professor Griff podcast. Guess what he talking about? Behold the Pale Horse. That's what made me go get it. I said, I got to go get this book. Because it was crazy. She kept saying, you need to go get this book. You should read this book. So watch. After you read that book, you're going to be like, damn, it's just a great book. It's a very, very good book. He breaks down a lot of things that happen behind closed doors. Wait till you get to that part. Wait till you get to that part about that DEA agent that was assigned to Noriega, the real Noriega, and how Noriega was fucking his bitch and he got her pregnant. It was a side bitch, and then Noriega's wife basically practiced Santeria and put a fucking spell on that side bitch, and the bitch went loopy, according to the DEA agent. And then then Noriega had to go to Brazil and find this voodoo priestess to undo the spell. So it's like, I was just like, man, don't tell me that they know our shit is real. We just don't know it's real. But man, the first thing I want to get on the divisiveness and how they trying to take this movement and co-opt it and make it the moist movement and make it all these other movements. You see what they doing? Now it's losing steam because they're taking something that we worked hard for, and now they, you know, look at all black trans lives matter. Stop it. There was no trans 400 years ago. Stop. And our brothers and sisters that's a part of that community right now, y'all supposed to be standing up and being like, right now, I get it, but right now that's not really the focus. The focus is more on black folk in general and reparations and repayment of that. I look at it like this. Everything is by design. Look at Twitter. You know how many people I was looking on Twitter that was like, yeah, man, they took my page too. I'm like, damn. Talking about because basically, I was responding and commenting on how Lecrae, the R&B gospel rapper, had this like race conversation with this white mega pastor in Atlanta. He said, well, I don't like to call it white privilege. I like to call it white blessings. And I said, white blessings? I said, well, what do we call what happened to George Floyd? White black lynchings? What do we call white lynchings? What do we call what happened to Philando Castile? White shootings? What do you call that? Them motherfuckers took that Twitter, because I know that would have went viral. Because I already had one. I already knew that was watching me. Because I was already, that's why I be telling, that's why I don't like, at this point, I ain't told a whole bunch of people. It was a dude today, like, kind of asked me about it, about my podcast, because I guess I had posted something on Twitter. He was like, man, you got a podcast, real cool brother. And I was like, man, I kind of really don't even want to tell a whole bunch of people like that, man, because I don't want them taking my page from me. You know what I'm saying? Because they just straight ganked my Twitter. Well, nope, suspended. And I'm like, well, you suspended? Suspended means, you know, you're gonna lift it up. Oh no, it's terminated. You're not getting it back. And I'm like, man, these bitch ass white motherfuckers. And that's what I'm saying. You have Caucasian people, dominant society white folk governing what we say. That's not free speech. And then they categorize it under the guise of hate speech and all that. I never said no hate speech or nothing. But the point is, they just don't like. And let me just say this to anybody that's watching. If you could dig up my old tweets from 2012, I said, fuck a bitch. Bitch could suck my dick. That's how I was talking then. Making jokes. I don't give a fuck if a bitch sucked my dick. They never, ever once took it, put me in Twitter jail, none of that shit. People will retweet it, laugh, all that. When I start talking about the dominant society, anti-black racism, oh no, we pulling it. When I start calling out Sambos and Coons and Mammies and shit, then a motherfucker want to be like, oh no, you can't say that. Stop. That's why I'm going to tell y'all right now, it's our time to educate ourselves and push the envelope on reparations. When you get around your other black people, if they not talking about reparations, be like, you need to get away from me. Oh, but that's impossible. No, ain't nothing impossible if we on code. It's just the dominant society, don't want us to be on reparations. You notice it's so much divisiveness within this. That's why it's like, fuck a Black Lives Matter. It should be anti-black racism is what should be the forefront of it. No more anti-black racism. Because when you say racism, every other group trying to join in. That's why I'm like, no diss. Okay, my white brothers and sisters, you want to march, you want to whine, you want to repeat with us? Cool. You want to break shit and tear? Cool. But I'm going to need you to blow up these corporations and start taking these emails, breaking into these little emails that's corresponding between one dominant white society person and another about black folk, taking them and putting them on social media and be like, yeah, this is what this corporation is doing, so these people can get fired. So these people can't have their jobs no more, so they can't oppress us. See, we need these systems to be broken down from the inside out. And don't tell me that white privilege doesn't exist, because anybody that works on a corporate plantation, you see it all day, every day. And I don't care what nobody say, you can deny it. That's why when that preacher I say white blessings, I'm like, white blessings? No, man, we'll stick with white privilege. Stop trying to sugarcoat it. And then another reason why I got taken away, because I said just because people are saved and in the church does not mean that we don't have saved religious coons and sambos. Shit, they immediately when that shit went through, they pulled that shit. Nope. Done. And I was just like, man, what a bitch ass move. You know, fuck it. And then I started looking at people like, yeah, they took my page too. I'm like, damn. And what it is anybody like J. Edgar Hoover, anybody that's Native Black, that's speaking on behalf of black folk and anti-black racism and putting that shit out there, they gonna search you, seek you out, and get rid of you. That's why people that have a certain amount of followers, you know, they gotta say things a certain way and they can't just straight out say it, which means it's controlled internet. That's why I'm like, damn, man, when is I can't wait till a black person come up with our own social media platform, our own streaming platform. And when they come out with our own streaming platform, I don't care if I got to pay. I don't care if it's, look, let me tell you something. When that Native Black folk, that person comes with his own streaming platform and I got to pay, I will pay. I will pay just as long as it's free for people to watch, and I'll pay for it. I don't care if it's 10 people watch me. I'd rather pay for it, but I can say whatever I want. Don't have to worry about being penalized and them taking my shit. I don't want to deal with this shit. That's why I low-key, like, this is the shit that I don't like about them controlling they still control our narrative. Because, hey, what's happening, Tamisha? Man, sometimes, Shani, I know you get it. Shani will leave messages like, hey, why they didn't tell me you was going live? I know they're deprogramming the algorithm on what I be saying, because I know I be saying real shit. I know they do. So with that being said, I hope this inspires our black folk and our black people that are in the computer technology and the technology information systems department to be like, well, maybe we should just get our own fucking streaming platform, because I'll pay for that shit straight up. Like, why would you pay for one? Because I can say what I want. I'd rather have the 4 or 5 people that watch look, like I told you already, I was very apprehensive on even telling this brother about the podcast, because I'm like, man, I don't want nobody getting my shit shut down, man. That's why I gotta really, really think about what I'm gonna say, because I'm like, man, like, even on Twitter, you say the wrong thing, they pull your shit, put you in Twitter jail. It was so many people on my timeline, because I started finding some of the people that was like, yeah, man, they just took my Twitter. Or damn, I just got out of Twitter jail. And it's like, damn. And it's so funny, because all these people that I follow and I deal with on Twitter, they're talking about anti-black racism in the dominant society and racism and white supremacy. But you could talk about, I done seen people post live porno on Twitter. And I know they page ain't get taken down, but start talking about anti-black racism. They taking it down immediately. I'm telling you, man. I think right now, I just purchased Professor Griff's first book, because I was like, man, I gotta start doing it. I'll just be so busy. And that's another thing too, man. It's so much divisiveness. That's why I'm like, dealing with the COVID-19 shit, and then the All Lives Matter, and then you got the all trans Black Lives. It's like, dude, what the fuck, man? Tell your new book, it depends. You want like psychological, the Kabbalion is a good book. I gotta read that again. The Powers of Your Subconscious Mind, that's a good book. History, right now, I can tell you what I'm reading. I'm reading about the Medici banking system, the corrupt first Caucasian banking system in like the 1300s. This is before the Rothschilds and them got a hold of the, I think this was the first format of fractional reserve banking. I would say you can read about the Borgias too. If you want, check this book out. Or you can read about the Merovingians. The Borgias book, this is a good book though. Very, very good book. I'm reading the like I said, about the Medicis right now. And then I'm gonna kind of circle back into other stuff. But yeah, I'm reading that. I'm reading the Medici book right now. I'm kind of halfway through it. I like it. It's a good book. It just shows the corruptness on banking and how banks were interwoven into Christianity and how they were pulling the strings behind the door, just like right now. You know, I'm up like, well, why are you reading that? You should be reading your history. You're right. I should be reading our history. But I want to know what the fuck they shit is too. As you know, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad says, the Quran says, study from the cradle to the grave. You feel me? So I would just, you know, I'm trying to read a little bit of everything because I want to be well-rounded. And trust me, I know I got to read my history too. I'm making my way back into reading my history. But the reason why I'm talking about that, Tamisha, is because me reading the Medici banking system, there was, like I said before, there was a mulatto Medici, Alessandro de Medici. And he was a mulatto. He was half Italian, half black. And he was a part of that dynasty of banking. And he played an intricate role in it too, which they're not going to tell you about it. And you like, oh, yeah, well, he's black. Sorry. You can say, oh, well, he's biracial. Nigga, he's black. Stop it. Stop it. So I'm kind of glad that I got that book because it kind of, Amazon will read your algorithm and then they sent that to me. And I was like, oh, shit, I'm grabbing that shit. So I got that too. So, yeah, man. You know, then I think I'm going to read about the Ottoman Empire. I really want to read about that. Or, Tamisha, I would tell you, read about Vlad the Impaler. The Real Dracula. Read that book. That's a very good book, too. I forgot I read that book. Very, very good book. But, yeah, man, there's a lot of things going on. I want to play y'all a little clip of what Shawnee Brown sent to me about the dominant society committing terrorist acts on black folk and doing it in this country.
Report. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez.
Today marks the 30th anniversary of a massive police operation in Philadelphia that culminated in the helicopter bombing of the headquarters of a radical group known as MOVE. The fire from the attack incinerated 6 adults and 5 children and destroyed 65 homes. Despite 2 grand jury investigations and a commission finding the top officials were grossly negligent, no one from city government was criminally charged. Here is how the bombing was initially reported in Philadelphia on WCAU radio.
I've just been advised that we have new videotape of the episode that apparently ended, we think ended, the MOVE situation tonight, the dropping of an incendiary device. And let's take a careful look at this. 5:27 p.m. State Police helicopter drops it. There is the explosion. As you can see, a very dramatic explosion that occurs 30 seconds and really rips into the MOVE compound.
I mean, they just literally dropped the bomb. And this is the first time I'm hearing about it. Every day's a school day, so good looking out, Shawnee. I never even knew this happened.
There you see the bunker, which soon will go up in flames. And that was the explosion close up. Now, if there's anybody there, standing there, it's obvious they couldn't survive that explosion.
That was WCAU TV, actually. We saw some video there. MOVE was a Philadelphia-based radical movement dedicated to black liberation and a back-to-nature lifestyle. It was founded by John Africa, and all its members took on the surname Africa. In 2010, Ramona Africa, the sole adult survivor of the attack, told Democracy Now! What happened as the bomb was dropped on her house.
In terms of the bombing, after being attacked the way we were, first with...
Now, who you're listening to is Ramona Africa. This is a melanated sister, a native black sister, who they fucking dropped a bomb on her house. So y'all want to fucking tell me about some goddamn white blessings? And I'm just now finding out about this shit? Now I feel, man, good looking out, Shawnee. Now I'm really mad. Now I'm really irritated. So not just Tulsa, not just Rosewood. Well, let's just drop a bomb on these niggas too. Fuck them.
4 deluge hoses by the fire department, and then tons of tear gas, and then being shot at. The police admit to shooting over 10,000 rounds of bullets at us in the...
Not 10,000 rounds of bullets at them. Man, what kind of shit is that? But y'all want to tell me about white blessings and let's have a conversation about racism? I'm tired of fucking having a conversation about that shit. That's why I don't even like talking about it when I get around the dominance. Don't even ask me about the shit. Because what's the point of having a conversation? For what? History has already showed us. That's one thing y'all need to remember. When you deal with the 3 federal credit bureaus, right? Experian and all them other clown ones, they're going to go by your history. So if you got good history, then you can get credit cards. You can do shit. You go buy cars, buy cribs, right? But when your credit is fucked up, what do to you? They fucking shut you down. You're not buying nothing. If you buying it, you're buying it at such a high interest rate, you might as well don't even buy it. Matter of fact, if your credit is fucked up, you can't even buy a house. So why is it they go by with your history with that shit, but when we go by the dominant society's history in this country, it's like, oh, well, that was so long ago. We got Obama, or we move forward. You know, let's move forward from that. Why is it we got to move forward when we bring up their history and their credibility in this country, but then when it comes time to bringing up niggas' credibility out, well, they thugs, they niggas, fuck these niggas, drop a bomb on them. Stop.
First 90 minutes, there was a lull. You know, it was quiet for a little bit. And then, without any warning at all, 2 members of the Philadelphia Police Department's bomb squad got in a Pennsylvania State Police helicopter and flew over our home and dropped a satchel containing C4, a powerful military explosive that no municipal police department has. They had to get it from the federal government.
Do you hear what she just said? C4. The regular police department don't have no goddamn C4, but they got it from the federal government. So you want to tell me about Black Lives Matter? Man, look, let me tell you something. As long as you don't hold them accountable, they going to keep running that game. But this is what the fuck we have been deprived of. We have been bereft of knowledge, as certain people would say, you know, philosophers and stuff like that. Like, I know I'm bereft of the knowledge. I never knew that shit happened. I swear to God, I never knew that shit happened. I didn't really even know about Tulsa until I was damn near out of high school. Like, I didn't know about that shit. It ain't like they teach you the shit in church. They're not going to teach you that in church, because most black churches going to teach you Jesus said it, and read your Bible and pray every day if you want to grow, and if you want to go to heaven when Jesus come, everything, you know, that bullshit. But then when you start questioning all the other fuck shit, they be like, oh, no, don't worry about that. Just praise Jesus. You know, we're going to pray. So that's what I'm saying. That's the problem that I have with religion in the black communities. You're not teaching us the real shit that go on.
FBI. And without any announcement or warning or anything, they dropped that bomb on the roof of our home.
That was Ramona Africa,
Wow.
the sole adult survivor of the attack on Move 30 years ago today. Today, a memorial will take place at the site of the bombing on Osage Avenue. Well, for more, we're joined in Philadelphia by Lynn Washington, award-winning journalist, former columnist for the Philadelphia Tribune, who's covered Move since 1975. He teaches journalism at Temple University.
All right. I'm just getting irritated. Let me cut the music back on. Hey, Shawnee, do they got books on that story? Because I would like to read the book. Let me know if they got books on that shit, because I definitely would like to read that book. What kind of shit is that? A neighborhood dropped a bomb on an entire 13-city block. I remember that shit. Queen T, I sent the email. Okay, cool. Now, what kind of shit is that? That's why I think it's very imperative that we need to keep the narrative on what it is. Look, this is the one thing that I know for a fact that everybody that know me, most people that know, like really, really know me, they'll tell you, Warren gonna stay on those facts. He gonna stay on that point. And the thing that I've learned just watching Twitter, kind of Instagram, I like this post that Busta Rhymes left about what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said on Phil Donahue's show. Very, very good show. I mean, very, very good post. But let me tell y'all something. If you don't keep the focus on the narrative at hand, which is anti-black racism and racism and white supremacy, then I don't know what to tell y'all. That's why the brother on Twitter that was like, oh, I don't listen to Neely Fuller Jr. and Dr. Frances Wells singing just because, like, he just, to me, it almost, you sound divisive when he was like, well, just because a lot of black people follow her doesn't mean she's right. And I'm like, well, it's not about her basically being right in my perspective. It's more about her giving you a different perspective on what racism, white supremacy is, and a fear of a black planet and genetic annihilation. If you look at genetic annihilation and you go read the Negro Project about Margaret Sanger, how do you not correlate Dr. Frances Cress Welsing's book with that? Do you understand what I'm saying? Especially that we could make white and black, but they cannot. And our genes are dominant, theirs are recessive. That's why I was just like, well, not that she's not wrong, because she is right. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing is right, but I'm just saying, like, why would you say that? That's why I didn't like Mark Lamoise Hill, Moise Lamont Hill, you was talking all that shit about Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, but you was taking up for the white Jewish community. Like you were going out of your way to take up for them. And some sister tried to give me his dossier of how much he's done. It's like, I don't give a fuck about what you've done. To me, if right now in these critical racial times, you taking up for another racial group, I don't have time to be taking up for no other racial group. My racial group is getting assassinated on TV. So I don't have time for that. They let the neighborhood burn for 3 hours. I believe you. I believe you. That's the thing that I just really have a problem with. I have issues with, because I'm like, damn, why are we not paying more attention to the details and looking at, you know what I mean? Like, I'll just tell you like this. The reason, it was some reason why I was reading it, because I was watching it on Netflix. See, Netflix be putting a lot of the shit out there. You just got to pay attention to it. And Netflix has this thing, it's called The Medici. So I said, well, let me read about it. So I Googled it first, and I was like, okay, this is based on real shit. So let me go. So, okay, boom. So I started watching, and I said, oh, I'm going to get the book. So as I'm reading the book, now it compare and contrast with what I was watching. But on Netflix, they never talked about Alessandro de Medici, the mulatto. They never talked about him, though. They talked about Cosimo. They talked about Lorenzo de Medici, but they never talked about Alessandro de Medici. But what they did talk about in either de Medici or the Borgia's book, how they would get slaves sent in, African slaves. It had to be the Medici book or the Borgia's, one of those books. They were saying they would basically get slaves from Africa. That's where they would get their slaves, and they'd be fucking them. So it made sense when Amazon sent me the book about Alessandro de Medici. I'm like, now it makes sense. Y'all was fucking black women. Stop it. Stop it. You know I'm about to look up this shit right now. Good looking. The move crisis in Philly. Oh, good looking out. You know you done put good looking out. See, that's why I got this podcast. For all y'all that don't know, The Move Crisis in Philadelphia. There's a book. Go look it up. I'm about to go. Y'all looking at me real time. I'm about to go on Amazon.com, put it in my cart, and I'll definitely be reading about this shit. See, this is documented history. We can't let this go away. Okay, let's see. The Move Crisis. Hold on, I'm looking up right now. Let's see. Let me see. The Move Crisis. Oh, got you. Got you. Only $22. God damn. But I'm getting it though. Oh, I'm definitely getting it. And I definitely will be. Oh, and it's a Prime too? Oh, facts. Facts, definitely. When I get off this podcast, good looking out. Good looking out, Shawnee, man. Facts. Good looking out. Okay, I'm from Philly. It's some things that they leave out that people had to be there to know. Move members were on point. They were on point, good looking. Hey, what did I tell you? Hey, Tommy, y'all know. What have I told y'all a million times? Every day is a school day to me. I don't feel like look, why do you think I named the podcast? No, I don't know. No, I do not know. A motherfucker was asking me today, one of the homies was asking me today at the Court Plantation, like where he should look because he's venturing off into selling life insurance and all that. And I said, man, I don't really know nothing about that. I said, you know, you can start off with some of the big corporations, but my brother, I have no idea what that's about. You know, it's okay with admitting you that you don't know. No, I don't know. That's why I named that. No, I don't know, nigga. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's just very imperative that we stay on the objective. See, we need those things. See, that book, it doesn't matter if it happened in Philly, New York, LA, Vegas, it happened to black folk. So since it happened to black folk, after black folks built this country, no, that's documented history that we could use as leverage to prove our point about reparations. Stop it. Wow. It was fucked up. It was under Philadelphia's first black mayor, Wilson Gold. See, which brings me to my next point. The Sambo Coon Mammies. Like, I gotta look for, did y'all check out the little mammy convention that they have with all the black mayors? Starring Keisha LaMammy Bottoms, who was telling everybody, how dare y'all tear up the CNN building after everything Ted Turner has done for you. That sound like, when y'all hear that, this is what I want y'all to play. I'm gonna play this song for y'all, and I want y'all to play this every time. I want y'all to play this. Look, think of this song every time you hear Keisha LaMammy Bottoms or any of those black. When you see anybody in position of power and they use dominant society talking points, Shawnee, Tamisha, play this song. I just want you to play this song. And this is it. I want you to listen to it good. It is funny, but I want y'all to listen to it good.
Mammy,
That's what I'm going to play every time I hear it.
Mammy, the sun shines east, the sun shines west, but I know where the sun shines best. Mammy, Mammy,
That nigga said, Mammy.
my heartstrings are tangled around Alabama. I'm a-coming. Sorry, I made you wait. I'm coming.
And that's what I want y'all to play.
I hope and trust I'm not late. Mammy, Mammy, I'd walk a million miles for one of your smiles, oh, my Mammy, ah, Mammy.
That nigga said, Mammy. Did y'all hear that nigga though? See, we can laugh at it because we know they supposed to be allegedly making fun of us. But when I hear it and I laugh at it, it makes me think of people like Keisha LaMammy Bottoms. Straight up. I'm sorry. Once you got on TV and started telling everybody, how dare y'all tear up the CNN building after everything Ted Turner done for us? Mammy. Hold on, look, I'm sorry, look. I hope Josh and them listen to this later. Everybody listening, I just want y'all to listen real quick. One more time. I gotta do it one more time, because this shit is funny as fuck to me. And the reason why it's funny is because that's them. That's them. See, I don't take it offensive like that because those are the coons and the Sambos. So listen to it again. I just want y'all to hear it one more time.
I'd walk a million miles for one of your smiles, oh, my Mammy, ah, Mammy. mammy.
That nigga said, mammy. He talking to Keisha LaMammy Bottoms. Exactly. Who he talking about? I gotta rewind it one more time. Just one more time. Hold on, let's see. That motherfucker said, mammy.
One of your smiles on my mammy. Oh, mammy. My little mammy.
I can't stop. That nigga said, my little mammy.
The sun shines east, the sun shines west, but I know where the sun shines best. It's on my mammy I'm talking about. Nobody else's. My little mammy. My heartstrings.
And that's it. That's all I'm going to play. But I just wanted y'all to get a little sense. So every time y'all hear Keisha LaMammy Bottoms, think of mammy, mammy. The sun sets in the west and it sets in the east, but I still have my mammy, mammy. Oh, my little mammy. Keisha LaMammy Bottoms. Once you start talking this, how dare y'all tear up the Ted Turner building? You sound just like Steven from Django, and tell him about the gunline boss from Life. Stop it. Stop it. And it's a whole bunch of motherfuckers at the Court Plantation that act like that too. They be defending the system like the system go defend them at all costs. Stop it. Most corporate plantations they're psychopathic the way they run. They'll be your friend one minute and then they'll fire you tomorrow and be like, and act like you don't even, and looking to hire somebody the next day. Like as if you don't even exist. Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, I'm laughing so hard. The dog gave the check on me. Hey, look, me and this one nigga I know, man, me and this nigga was chopping it up. I played that shit for him. Me and this nigga was laughing so hard because I was just laughing at how it just reminds me of my people when they get around white folk. Straight up. It just reminds me of, I'm talking about insecure black folk. Most black folk that's secure, they don't do no buck dancing or none of that. Like me, I don't do none of that shit. Matter of fact, I've been told by other dominant society people that you lightweight intimidating because you read, you think outside the box, and you're not the typical template of what they want a black person to be. They want a motherfucker, oh, yes sir, and all this other shit, and pretend like you don't know shit, and like you don't read, all you read is comic books and fiction shit. But when they notice that you reading shit that's abstract or just outside of you, especially when you read shit about your history, they can't stand that. I don't care what you say. Just like Tasha put a comment that be in the chat room, how she said she was at her court plantation job and she was reading The Fall of America by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Motherfuckers was looking at her crazy. And I'm like, motherfuckers act like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad just made all this shit up. Like he just made up racism. Like he just was asleep one day and just woke up and was like, the white man did it. Come on, man. Stop. That's why from now on, that's gonna be the music that I play for anybody that's a mammy. If you a woman, you a black woman, and you be up there on that mammy shit, I'm gonna play mammy every single fucking time. Every single time. And you're gonna be called a mammy. Sorry. And if you're a black boy, I gotta find some step and fetching shit for a nigga. You know, I'm gonna try to find some Steven from Django shit. Oh no, they gon' kill you, nigga, when they find out who that nigga on that horse. That type of shit. You gotta start calling these Sambos and Coons out, man, because they there. They're there. It's just, we're so focused on what we need to do, we kind of just let these motherfucking Sambos and Coons get away with murder. Nah, fuck that. Call these motherfuckers out. Like Lecrae. Everybody was calling that motherfucker out. Somebody did a meme. They said this how Lecrae looked, and it was Lakeith Stanfield from Get Out when he had that straw hat on and he looked like a zombie. Man, I was laughing so hard because it's true. Lecrae was just sitting there nodding his head. No, he should have said, let me correct you, Pastor. No, let's call it what it is. And it's white privilege. It's not a white blessing. But a lot of times, man, we don't be wanting to lose the little fans we got and all that other shit. And it's like, man, sometimes you got to go for the gusto. You can't just sit up there and just let people walk you into a trap where, you know, and a lot of it is because motherfuckers think because these people are gospel people that they're not Sambos and Coons and Mammies. I'm just telling you the truth. They could be your favorite singer, your favorite rapper, but look at Lil Wayne. That's everybody's favorite rapper. The nigga got him talking about, well, it was a white officer that saved my life, and you know, it's not the police fault. Nigga, what you up there bug dancing and samboing for? What you doing that for? What do you get out of that? And I was just like, at this point, I'm not even gonna listen to him. Man, he had this little podcast thing, and I can't. Those are the type of people I wanna just, I just wanna be like, hey man, what are you doing? Like my sister's grandmother told her husband at the time, this motherfucker was trying to, I shouldn't say this, but this nigga, my little sister's step-grandfather, this motherfucker was trying to drive the car with the sun visor down. So he couldn't even, like they, you know, I'm talking about, you know, the sun visor that you have? Like that you have in your windshield where you can't see in and you can't see out. This nigga was trying to drive the car with it on. And my little sister grandmother told him, nigga, what the fuck are you doing? And that's what I want to tell these mammies and coons, like, man, what the fuck are you doing, man? I asked the Jewish lady, did she read The Secret Relationship Between Jews and Blacks? What did she say? Oh, she probably got really offended. And you should say, well, you should check out those white Jewish scholars that they referenced. I told you, look, I knew they was gonna try to take my shit anyway, because see, what they was trying to get me to do was call a white Jewish person out of their name, call them some type of racial epithet, but I didn't. I just kept saying dominant society, AKA white Jewish community. That's all I was saying. I just kept saying, see, once you kind of are educated just a tad bit, because I'm probably 1% educated, because I ain't read that many books, but I'll tell you this, I noticed they kept trying to say I was anti-Semitic, and I kept saying, how was that anti-Semitic holding the Jewish community accountable for their role in the slave trade? They participated in it and benefited off of that. So they were practicing anti-black racism. Well, I said they done it to this day. Look at Donald Sterling. He owned the Clippers. He called them a bunch of niggas and gave them their lifestyle, and then they took the team and sold it to another white Jewish person. Then everybody was like, then people were like in my mentions like, yeah, he right about that. And then it was still, oh, but that's still I don't care what you say, but you shouldn't say that about the Jewish community because that's anti-Semitic. I'm like, well, fuck you. Like, so? And I said, well, it doesn't matter. They have white wealth, whether it's Jewish wealth or not. Their wealth comes from black labor. Sorry. And then he was like, well, that book, I said, well, then do you want to read Black Labor, White Wealth by Dr. Claude Anderson? So you want to say that Dr. Claude Anderson is wrong? Stop. She said, why would I read that crazy shit? Really? She knew what it was. It doesn't sound crazy. That shit that happened was crazy. Exactly. Why would they want to read their documented history of anti-black racism towards us? No. They've been portrayed in the media, along with every other racial group, that they've contributed to this society and they've never done anything wrong to the black community. Stop. Look at the NBA. Look at the NBA. Kyrie Irving like, hey, bro, we should protest. We shouldn't even, like, come on, man. Our people out there fighting. For us, we should stand in solidarity. LeBron James, everybody's favorite nigga. No, we can still protest, but we should play. What does that sound like? That's why I don't allow these black athletes and so-called black celebrities to be the leader. No, you're not my leader. Matter of fact, no, you can never lead no movement. You are too indebted to the dominant society. So look, LeBron James has more money than me, more resources than me, and more options than me. But let me tell you what LeBron James is. He is the equivalency of what I am at the Core Plantation. Another nigga that's a slave that will do what I say, boy. And that's it. And every move that he makes is allowed by the dominant society. And I don't care what nobody say. So that's why I don't praise and worship Will, because he got a Bugatti, you got all this. Good for you. But you can't even say what you want to say to your people. You got to say it behind closed doors. Matter of fact, he couldn't even recite a lyric from a rap song, and they made him apologize. But Donald Sterling said, fuck those niggas, and I gave these niggas their lifestyle, and then they took the team and sold it to another Jewish white man. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. These are the type of things that happen. That's why I said, you got to look. That's why I had to play that song. Mammy. Oh, mammy. Because that's how people act, man. It's more Steven from Django's. Look at the Eminem thing. Why didn't the rest of those black people just let Eminem fight his own battle with Joe Budden and with Lord Jamar? No. How many niggas did y'all see step in the front and take the bullets for him when he was battling Nick Cannon? That's why Nick Cannon posted that thing on Instagram for 50 Cent, and it was Steven from Django. I was dying laughing. And it's true. It's so true, man. Matter of fact, these black males are such hoes, I'm going to play that for them as well. Straight up. Now, we about to listen to this black sheriff who's defending these race soldiers. So, he looked like he got a blanket on as a jacket, or it looked like he got some goddamn, a deck of cards around his neck and shoulders with a turtleneck on. Let's see what he's saying. Let's see. I hope it ain't no motherfucking commercials, because there be some clown-ass commercials going on. They probably not even going to play it. Because I'm telling you right now, there we go, man. See, I knew it was going to be some clown-ass goddamn commercial. Fuck that. I'll wait till the commercial is over, and then I'm going to play it. No, we ain't playing no commercials. Nigga, this is not no TV show. Fuck out of here. Sick of these motherfuckers in these commercials, man. God damn, always trying to sell some shit. But yeah, man, I'm about to play this shit, because I'm very interested to see. His name is Alfonso Williams. So basically, Alfonso Sambo. Here we go.
The family attorney in this case says that police should have tried to catch Brooks instead of shooting at him. What is your reaction to that?
Having 30 years in the business, police and law enforcement, and 27 of those years.
Already deflecting. Why are you talking about how long you've been on the police force and all that? That's a yes or no question.
Being taught use of force and taught hundreds and hundreds of law enforcement officers across the state of Georgia and other states. I just think that he's a lawyer. He's not a law enforcement officer. I think that it's just a ridiculous statement. Obviously, we saw in the video that Brooks was engaged in a fight with the officers.
See? That's a black man talking. See, this is what the media will do. All they got to find is one Sambo. Oh, that's why we're not on code. One Sambo. Now, all those Black Lives Matter should march up to his fucking job where he work at and demand his resignation and then kick him in his ass for doing that. That's being on code. Why would you go on national TV on CNN and be like, oh, well, no, I would have been like, no, I'm not doing that shit, even if I disagree, because you got to be on code. But no, you see, you went out because it ain't no code.
They were on the ground. We know that when we're on the ground, we have a very high likelihood of being hurt or killed. It's not the place we want to be. This is not a rest.
Man, those white boys was getting their ass whooped by a nigga that was drunk and was not even really capacitated the way he's supposed to be. He was incapacitated, and they got their asses fucked up and embarrassed on camera, and that's when they went to shoot him, because they were embarrassed. They would have killed, in my opinion, they would have killed him anyway. Once they started wrestling with him, their whole intent was to kill him.
Match, the Brooks is able to take a non-lethal weapon, a taser, away from one of the officers, and he flees. They give chase. He's committed to felony obstruction of an officer counts, and he needs to be held.
And this is what I say to that. This is what I say to that. I'm sorry.
Mammy,
That's what I say to that. Let's listen to some more. That's what I say to that.
Accountable. So they were perfectly justified in running behind Brooks to.
Look, I know of someone that was running from the cops and they escaped and he got shot in the back. They ended up paralyzing him and he ended up getting like $10 million from the LAPD. So stop it. You can't shoot nobody in the back, clown. What are you talking about? So basically what you're saying is what that officer did to Walter Scott was justifiable because he was running away. So shoot him in the back. Stop it, man. And what makes it bad is what makes it real bad, he's a...
Mammy.
To capture him. Brooks turned back to the officers and fired the taser. And we all know, this is a third law enforcement agency I've been head of, and in every agency I've gone to, I've required every officer who carries a taser to be tased with it, so that you understand the incapacitation. 5 seconds, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005.
Stop it, nigga. I can't even listen to the rest of this shit. That nigga sound just like this. This is exactly what the nigga sound like. I'm sorry, but he gets it too, bitch nigga.
I tangled around Alabama. I'm a-coming. Sorry, I made you wait. I'm coming. I hope and trust I'm not late. Mammy, Mammy, I'd walk 1,000,000 miles.
I'm sorry. That nigga look, he sound just like a mammy. He sound just like a fucking mammy. I'm just telling you.
Mammy, oh, Mammy. My little Mammy.
I'm sorry. All right, let me stop playing that shit. Let me stop. Oh, man, I gotta stop. Here they go, making him a criminal. Exactly. You see? Oh, well, he shouldn't have ran and all that. Stop it, bro. You're a fucking coon. You a Sambo. That's why now these men, they about to start getting the mammy song too. That's finna be my theme music. And as soon as I hear the niggas playing it, I'm playing the mammy song. That's it. I'm playing the mammy song. That's it. That shit is funny as fuck. And it's funny. And it goes to show you exactly how they are and how they think of us. That they'll get in front of the dominant society and white man and black skin. Oh, well, you know, my 30 years as a police officer. Nigga, from now on, watch. You'll see, Johnny. They about to get the mammy song. Every time I play a clip and they start that shit, I'm going to just start playing Mammy. Oh, my little mammy. After they killed him, now they are saying he deserves it. Exactly. Look, let me tell you something. Those cops got embarrassed because he put hands on them. He put them paws on their ass and they didn't know how to deal with it, and they was already scared of him, and they wanted to kill him because they knew it was going to turn violent. And that's why they ran after him, started shooting him in his back and killed him. I can't be angry. Hey, that's the theme music. I'm telling you. Every time I play an interview and a motherfucker starts samboing, mammy. Oh, my little mammy. Straight up. What else are we supposed to do? Let me tell you something, man. Anytime a motherfucking white man can sit a black man down and say, I don't want to call it white privilege, I want to call it white blessings, I'd be like, nah, we got to call it what it is, and that's white privilege. Because there's a privilege there. There's a certain code of conduct between white people where there's a pass. That's not a blessing. A blessing is, man, I needed $20 a day and somebody gave me $30. That doesn't mean that they're gonna give me $30 every time I need $20. That's a blessing. No, privilege is something that is attached to who you are because of what you look like and the code, the team that you play for. Stop it. Privilege is a motherfucker that was born into generational wealth. They're going to have a certain type of privilege because they have it. That's why I'm like, see, when he was said blessing to me, I'd have nipped that shit right in the bud. But I get it. Lecrae, you probably got gospel members and all this other shit. I guess, I don't know, man. But I just don't like that. And a lot of it is where you socialize. And if you're not very inept on what's going on and you are bereft of knowledge, of your knowledge, your history, then yeah, you gonna just sit up there and let a white person say some slick shit like that because they feel like they can. And I'm sorry, that's just the way it go. Hey, ain't that shit funny? My nigga, let me tell you. Man, me and my homie, man, we was at the Court Plantation. I didn't play around nobody else. Well, matter of fact, if you play around people, nobody even knows what it really means. Honestly, to tell you the truth, most white people in this generation, they don't know what that song represents. They don't know it represents blackface and all that. They don't know what it means. So when I'm playing it, most white people, they don't even know what it is. But niggas know what it means. After a certain age, niggas know exactly what it means. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be a little up in age to understand what's going on. That's why I played it today, because I was like, man, I'm playing this shit for all these. That's why, especially for Keisha LaMamie Bottoms. Sorry. That might be T.I.'s friend, but the bitch ain't my friend. And you getting up there niggas explaining and Mammy explaining, talking about how dare you taking up for Ted Turner. Ted Turner don't give a fuck about no niggas. Stop doing that shit. And then you chastise the motherfucker. Then I think the DNC, the Democratic Party, made you walk back those statements. Man, if you watch Power on Stars, 50 Cent show, towards the end of the season, they had this Democratic representative who was dealing with Ghost. And they was trying to put all these charges on him. And that Democratic, like, he had power. That nigga went in that fucking FBI building and was like, no, you're gonna drop all those charges or you'll be hearing from the Democratic Party. And then the Democratic Party called the head motherfucker and they had to drop those charges. That wasn't no made up shit. That's why they vet you out tremendously. In any shit that come out, they'll put a blanket on it right away. Don't tell me the DNC don't got power. Why do you think they've infiltrated the Black Lives Matter movement? Once again, co-opted our struggle. Now they're trying to tell niggas to go vote. If y'all want to make a change, then y'all go vote. Motherfucker told me that on Twitter too. I was like, vote for what? For Joe 94 crime bill Biden? Stop it. No, I'm voting for whoever has reparations for black folk. Where's the specific agenda for black people? I was listening to Dr. Boyce Watkins' podcast that he did with Dr. Claude Anderson, and he was saying how Puff Daddy reached out to him and all this other stuff, and he was, sending him liquor and paying homage, and, and I like what Dr. Claude Anderson said, and I agree. Well, you can pay homage by saying, why don't you use your platform? See, this is what I don't like about my people. This is just my perspective. Y'all don't have to agree. Puffy, Usher, y'all have such a major platform. Y'all can go on y'all Instagram one time and say, I want everybody to go cash mob Dr. Claude Anderson. He's where I got all this information from. So if y'all fuck with me, go fuck with Dr. Claude Anderson. And my white fans too, go fuck with him. So y'all can understand our struggle and know what's going on. One time you could do that and that could change everything. At least you gotta give the Breakfast Club props. They did have Dr. Claude Anderson on the Breakfast Club. Because when P. Diddy was like, yeah, we're not voting, we're leveraging our vote until they do something for the black community and for black, not woo-woo. Yeah, you had to admit you got that from Dr. Claude Anderson. He's been teaching that for 40 years. But I don't understand why they'll use his sayings but not reference where you got it from. When I'm on Twitter, I'm always like, you need to read Black Labor, White Wealth by Dr. Claude Anderson. I'm not gonna make it seem like it's my shit. It ain't my shit. I got it from my elder. That's why I'm like, man, I just feel like, I get it, you want to send them liquor and all that, but you could, instead of sending, in my personal opinion, I get it, you can send them liquor and all that, and good looking out on that, but man, you can just go on your Instagram one time and be like, you ain't even gotta say nobody's name. You could just, y'all wanna know where I'm getting this information from? I suggest y'all go out and go get the book. Y'all got Amazon, and that's it. And then cut it off. You don't have to, that's what I'm saying, stop remixing and making it seem like all of a sudden you had an epiphany. Stop. No, you didn't. The dominant society at the corporate plantation are very nice since the rise. Yes, they are. They not sure how we are going to react to anything. They said, excuse me, differently, even if they not in the way. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you something. But let me tell you this. Shawnee, I'll tell you this. Some are, but the majority of them, they can't stand that it's about black folk right now. And that covert racism still oozes out of their pale, obnoxious, stinky white skin of theirs. Trust and believe you me. Because you can't hide, you can only hide having that anti-black racism. You can only hide it for so long. And I see it through their actions. So they don't have to necessarily say it, but I see it by what they do. Because I don't judge by what you say. You can smile in my face all day long. I judge by what you do. And for the most part, I have not seen nothing different. It's just more covert. They want to make sure that they're not in your presence where they will remotely say something fucked up. Or they'll give you praises for some shit you've been doing all this time. And all of a sudden now they want to put a little extra. Because right now, if you work at the corporate plantation and there is a racist or suspected white supremacist, and you call your human resources department, most likely they're probably going to get fired. And let me tell you why. Because no major Fortune 500 company wants to be on the news. They don't want to make national headlines. Like today, Michelle Fiore, the person I was talking about in the last podcast on Sunday, this is the mayor pro tem lady who had to resign because she made racist comments. So I'm very interested, to see exactly what she said. I'm gonna see if I can find it. See if there's any comments on it. Let's see. Yeah, they made her resign. Let's see if I can find it. Jill. Let me see. Mayor Pro. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. All right, let me see which one. Let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna try to find it for you. Let's see. I think I found it right here. But thank you. They all nice try, clown. Always trying to sneak in a fake ass goddamn commercial. Fuck out of here. This is not NBC, motherfucker. Man, see, and that's another thing. All these fucking clout chasing videos. Man, play the goddamn thing where she is resigning. Let's see. See, they might not have it. I can't find it. Let me see. Let me see. I want to find it because I want y'all to hear how she trying to. Let me see. Let's see. It's Michelle. Let's see. Here we go. I want to see. Oh, here. Let's see what she say. Because I want to see what she say. There we go.
A shakeup in the leadership for the city of Las Vegas tonight. Thank you for joining us at 6. I'm Kirsten Joyce.
And I'm Denise Valdez. Mayor Pro Tem Michelle Fiore has stepped down from that position, with Mayor Goodman standing by her side showing support. Orko Manna was...
Oh, which means this. She's probably going to go get a job working for the city of North Las Vegas or the city of Henderson. See, Shawnee, everybody that's listening right now, Tasha already know you live out here in Vegas. If you live in Las Vegas, it isn't just Las Vegas. It's the city of Henderson. It's the city of North Las Vegas. It's Clark County. And then it's Las Vegas. So they broke it up basically like boroughs or little bitty sub-cities. So with her being already credited, she's just probably going to get a job somewhere else. Facts.
At that press conference that happened just a little while ago and joins us now with the latest. Orko?
Well, Denise and Kirsten, Michelle Fiore has been under fire for allegedly making racially charged comments at Clark County's GOP convention, which was more than 1 week ago. The county's Republican Party rebuked those remarks, calling them, quote, irresponsible, insensitive.
Now, the Republican Party threw the bitch under the bus, not the Democratic Party. Let me just remind y'all real quick. She was at a GOP convention. Nothing but rednecks and racist motherfuckers. So whatever she said something referring to black. She must have said some god-awful shit. And it must have been a Republican in there like, that's some racist shit. And they threw that bitch under the bus. They threw her under the bus and was like, no, you can't say that. And what she said, I guess they had the recording of that shit and put it out there.
And inaccurate, and they wanted her to apologize. We did not hear an apology from Fiore today, and we also did not hear her directly answer when reporters asked to clarify what those statements were. And here's what she said about what she said during the GOP convention.
I'm going to tell you this. We've had a lot of rhetoric. And
already white-splaining. I'm going to tell you this. Because she know what she said was wrong, and now she doesn't repeat it, because it's called white fragility, deflecting. She's deflecting from the issue.
Resolve. I stand by what I said at our Republican convention. I'm going to tell you, what I'm not going to say is create more chaos.
So if you stand by what you said, say it again. And that, look, so if you stand by what you said, then why don't you just step down and not say anything? You meant what you said. But see, those are the type of racists that I like. I like the overt ones. Fuck it. I meant what I said. I ain't changed it.
By repeating it.
Las Vegas Mayor Carolyn Goodman was standing side by side with Michelle Fiore. Goodman says that she just learned about Fiore's decision to step down at 3:30 this afternoon. The mayor has asked Stavros Anthony to become the next mayor pro tem. Now, Fiore also added that her time would be better spent right now by working with the community to try to end racial injustice.
Oh, see? You see how they do it? Now, how you gonna help with racial injustice and you just got done calling all kinds of niggas and shit behind closed doors and your own party threw you under the bus? So now man, stop it. That means she's going to go work for the city of Henderson. For all y'all that live in Las Vegas, she'll be working for the city of Henderson or the city of North Las Vegas, or she'll be working for Clark County. Please believe you me. She's not going to go without no job. She could have been calling us all kinds of niggas, lighting a goddamn glass pipe, smoking black tar heroin. They still would find her a job.
Here in the Valley, and she also noted that she was recently reelected as the National Committee chairwoman for Donald Trump's reelection campaign, and she'll be working hard to get him reelected come November. Reporting live outside Las Vegas City Hall, Orko Manna, 8 News Now.
Wow. Hold on, let me see. I'm about to rewind this. Let me see what they talking about.
Quote, today isn't a day for celebration. There is no place for divisiveness and bigotry at City Hall. I am more committed than ever to fighting systemic racism in all its forms. We do have the full statement on our website.
That was a statement by somebody. I just thought I'd let y'all hear that because that's what's going on here in Las Vegas is that. So if y'all want to think Las Vegas is a city to live and all that, man, these motherfucking anti-black racist motherfuckers out here, trust me. So if those are the elected officials, then just imagine the corporate plantations out here. Oh, they're full of them. And yeah, they got to pretend like they want to be nice, but they don't want to be nice. But let me tell you something. Let them slip. Go into victim mode right away. I don't feel comfortable working here. They're making me feel uncomfortable, and I feel that way because I am black. And with all the racial torment that's going on and the racial climate and black people getting killed, I just don't feel comfortable. Man, they gonna have human resources all over that shit. And most white folk know that, so that's why they just ain't gonna say shit to you. When you ignore the overkind bullshit, their feelings are hurt when you dismiss the gestures. Well, I want to know what she said. Damn. She said something. Black motherfuckers or she said something out of line, but she don't want to repeat it. I think she said more than what they told us. I just think they told us that part because I think if they would have told us every little thing she said, she probably wouldn't have a career anymore. It would have started a whole bunch of shit because I know they protested and went to City Hall and was like, y'all need to fire her. And then, you know, Carolyn Goodman with the goddamn cricket wig on, talking about, oh, I just found out just right now. Man, y'all done already talked. Look, let me tell you, the institution of racism and white supremacy is real. It's a team sport. Stop it, Carolyn Goodman. You knew that lady was going to step down. Just like Carolyn Goodman trying to get everybody to work because her husband owned a restaurant downtown Las Vegas. Isn't that convenient? Stop it. And then when it came time, it's like, well, why don't you pay people since they not working? Motherfucker, she was very elusive on that and deflected like a motherfucker. I think it's time to get us back to work. Okay, well then, until we can't get them back to work, then why don't you pay them? That's how deflection works right now. They open up everything. They're willing to jeopardize people's lives. Again, we had almost 400 damn cases of this goddamn COVID-19 virus in one day. Again. So that should let you know that there's something that they know that we don't know. That's why they open up all these restaurants, all this shit. They want motherfuckers go there, man. Fuck you. I will take my black ass to the court plantation and take my black ass home and drink my lemon water and my teas and my sea moss and take me some vitamins. You're not gonna have me all fucked up out here in this 110-degree heat. Cause y'all done made the virus where it's so strong it can survive in the heat. Stop. Yeah, look up the WikiLeaks and see what she said. But hey, man, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. I appreciate it. Hey, good looking out on that book, though. For real, man. You came through. Good looking out on that book, Shani. For real. I might be on tomorrow or Friday, but even when I'm not on, I like y'all to listen to it when y'all can. The very few, like I said, I don't really want a whole lot of people on there, man, because, you know, they took my motherfucking Twitter. So, I'm at No I Don't Know 8. On Twitter, but shit, they took my motherfucking Twitter, so I already started a new one or whatever, so I gotta build that one back up. But anyway, man, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. For all y'all that don't know, if you are not fighting to replace the system of racism, the system of racism and white supremacy, and establish a system of justice for black folk in this country, you are a Sambo. You are Coon. You are Steven from Django, a Tell 'em About the Gun Line boss, a Hayward Shepherd, and a Manny. And I will be using that music going forward. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. But I tell you this. If a motherfucker get to explaining and doing all this talking, I'm sorry, but think of this music. Think of this music.
One of your smiles on my Mammy, Mammy, my little Mammy. Sunshine.
That nigga said, my little Mammy. Man, that's funny as fuck, man. Guilty, niggas. I'm out. Peace.